Hi, everybody. Welcome to another episode of The Successful Woman's Mindset. My name is Galit Ventura Rosen. I am so excited to have another author with us today from the book, The Successful Woman's Mindset, 21 Journeys to Success. Welcome, Cassie.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
It's going to be a lot of fun today. A little bit about Cassie. Cassie Mor is broker, owner, and property manager of the Mor Group. And we're going to learn a little bit more about her chapter, and about the book today. So the first thing I love asking every author is, when you hear the phrase, the successful woman's mindset, what does that mean to you?
So that means to me in business and in personal life, what makes you successfully happy and just how you live your life with personal and with business. So what makes you successful in that? Is it organization, or is it the way you treat people? Is it the way you feel, the way you talk, the things you do? Whatever makes you successful all around and feel good at the end of the day.
I love that you use two key words, happy and feel good. And one thing you and I are is feely goody touchy people.
Totally.
What it is, we own it, right?
Yes.
So when you say the word happy, and someone might say to you, hey, Cassie, how do I figure out what makes me happy that will give me a successful mindset? What would you say to them?
For me, it's the way I interact and treat people. And at the end of the day, that's what matters most. I might mess up, the dinner, or even in work, I might do something wrong. But as long as I can correct it and the person on the other end feels good and I feel good, that's successful to me, and that's what makes me happy and feel good at the end of the day.
And I'm going to use the word feel good now, too, because you've said it a few times. And I want to kind of tap into that, because as humans, we are built in a way that when something is red flag, it doesn't feel good. Yeah. When something is something we shouldn't do, it doesn't feel good. But we're also built to, if something is new, scary, uncomfortable, makes us nervous, it doesn't always feel good either. So how would you, if somebody said to you, how do I know the difference, Cassie? How do I know the difference between it feels good, oh, I shouldn't do that, or it doesn't feel good, oh, I shouldn't do that, or it doesn't feel good, but maybe it's because I'm scared and uncomfortable and I should still try it?
Totally. Great question. So sometimes I don't feel good and I have a knot in my stomach because I'm like, I shouldn't have said that. I might have hurt their feelings. I need to make this better. I need to work better at that. And sometimes I don't feel good and I'm like anxious and I can't sleep at night, but it's more excitement and I need to write it down and, make sure I don't forget what I'm anxious and excited about. So the next day I know how to correct it or channel that energy, So for example, we just opened up a new office space, and for like a week, I just couldn't sleep well, but I was anxious, excited, scared, but I knew everything was for the better, for us growing, our team growing, everything. So it wasn't the best feeling per se, but in the end, I knew everything was for a greater purpose and to help lots of different people. And then sometimes, if an owner or somebody's upset, I do property management. So if somebody's not happy, I don't feel good until we talk it out and everything's resolved. So
yes, that's a perfect example. And for anybody listening or watching, you'll know the difference. And I use this as an example in my book. If you're about to walk down a dark alley and it doesn't feel so good, it's probably, hey, go the other way, listen. But if you're about to embark on an interview like we're doing today, right, Cassie, you might have been nervous and excited, but you want to do it. And that nervousness is almost like a protection. Well, wait, are you sure you want to do this? Because your body's saying to you, it doesn't feel so good right now.
Yes.
And do you know what I say? I talk about this a lot in my talks and stuff. Talk to that. Say to it, hey, I got this. I'm good. Don't worry. I'm not doing anything I can't handle. It might feel a little foreign, but this is what we got to do to get to the next level. And I think a perfect example is The Office. It's scary to grow. It's scary to open something new, but you know that once you're there and you've got the growth and the team, feels good. So you kind of go from a feel no good to a feel good.
Totally.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
love that. I love that. Let's jump into your chapter, which is so perfect for you.
Thank you.
I allowed and wanted each author to decide on what they wanted to write on and then choose a chapter title, because I felt that each author was directly connected to what they chose to write about. And there was not one topic that someone chose that I said, that's not going to work for the book. Yours was perfect because of your personality, which I love. Powered by Kindness is the name of your chapter. Will you share a little bit with the listeners and those watching why that chapter and why that title?
Absolutely. So I work with my husband and have for many years. And so we definitely bleed into business life and personal life 24 hours a day. And again, for me, feeling good at the end of the day and being happy, and I just don't like fighting with people. I don't like stress. So we always try to do everything with kindness, with each other, with our employees, with our owners, tenants, vendors, everyone we come in contact with, even our family, of course, you know? So we try to be powered by kindness and always do the right thing for everybody. Even if they don't feel it's the right thing, we can talk it through and explain all areas. And once everything's explained or disclosed and upfront, people usually feel better. They have a good feeling about us as well. And we try to do everything because we understand, you know, for example, in our business, maybe someone can't pay their rent on time. So we're not going to be like, well, you have to pay your rent. The owner needs their money. You know, we're going to talk them through it. Okay, when can you, you know, and try to do it with kindness because they're going through something. The owner's maybe going through something. Everybody's always going through something. So no matter what we do, good situations and bad situations, we try to do it with kindness, just so that at the end of the day, when we go to sleep, we're like, okay, everybody feels good. That was a good resolution, as opposed to, all right, I got to wake up tomorrow and continue this fight. You know, nobody wants to fight anymore. I really believe that. I really believe everybody wants understanding and kindness. And that changes everything. Even the worst situation can be changed with a little bit of kindness, especially when it's not expected. You know, if someone's coming that they can't pay their rent or they don't have hot water, you know, they're expecting maybe a fight or, you know, a battle. But when they get presented with kindness, I think that changes everything and they can handle
I
it.
think the key words that you mentioned really were effective communication, right, Cassie?
Absolutely.
You're really listening to people.
Yes.
You're not jumping to assumptions. If you're
Yes.
having a bad day, it's not their problem. You're not putting it on them. So you're communicating with people. I think that I also heard a lot of patience, a lot
Yes.
of understanding. Use the word understanding, communication, patience, and really just sitting back and recognizing that more than anything, that you have to know that you can't always guess what someone might be going through. I
Yeah.
think that it's such a problem in life that so many people make these assumptions. Why does a conflict occur? Because you're already assuming what that person's feeling, thinking, or going through before they've even told you what they are. And I love that you talk about powered by kindness. And more than anything, what's great about the chapter, which we won't give away too much, you also talk about the benefits to your success.
Yes.
There's
Yes.
so many benefits. It's like, what do you mean you're kind? But aren't you losing money? Aren't you? It's so crazy. People might connect kind. Aren't you losing money? Aren't you letting people walk around you? Are you setting boundaries? Yeah, Cassie does all that. She doesn't have time not to. But let's talk about that for a second.
Yes.
The success to your business. What does that look like because you're kind?
Absolutely. I always tell my daughter, you know, with sharing. I'm like, the more you give, the more you're going to get. And I've seen it through all the years that I've been doing real estate. I've been doing it for 19 years now. And the more I donate or help people, just through energy and karma and the universe, everything positive comes back. And your reputation, we have a really good reputation in town because we're not fighters, and we do the right thing as anytime we can, and to make everyone happy. And it does help our success. People want to work with us, so that helps our success as well, because we're easy to talk to, get a hold of, and can communicate and are patient with people. And it's crazy, but it's a fact, I can't prove everything, but it's a fact. All the time.
It makes sense. It just makes sense, because how many times have we had bad experiences with companies and never gone back?
Yes, exactly.
And I'm one of those people that sometimes I'm so nice, I won't even complain. I don't want that employee to get fired, or I don't want to cause any problems, but I never go back.
Yes.
Right. We eat at a restaurant and the customer service is horrible and it takes hours to get our food. I'm not rude. I still give that tip. And then I'm like, I'm just not coming back.
Absolutely.
So that's the key. When you're kind, is people keep coming back. And I think a big piece for your success is also the serving piece. You serve others. You want to benefit others. And when you come from a place of service and benefiting, even though you deserve to get paid for it, people are like waiting in line. People call me up for a rental. I'm like, let me give you Cassie's number. I don't even think twice about it, right? Cassie, like, here you go, no problem. She'll take care of you. And then after the fact, oh my gosh, Galit, she had me in an apartment in a week. One of my clients, I don't remember who it was, one of my good friends, he had some kind of emergency situation. And I remember he was like, I was in that apartment in a week. And I said, that's all I need. Next one will be sent to Cassie too. Let's jump in a little bit to something fun. What is it that you'd like to share with everybody that they may not know about you, or that's just fun that you want people to know?
I love to eat. I love to cook. So that's fun, I think.
Yes, it is.
And I love to go to spas. Definitely the whole relaxing, all of that is about relaxing. There's just so much energy that can be heavy that anytime I have a chance to have downtime, relax, do something fun, I do that. What else?
I think that's great. I love cooking too. I have to tell you, through everything that's happening right now, I've always loved cooking, but we're eating at home so much more than we used to, that yesterday we cooked, and I sometimes will cook right before. So we cooked twice yesterday, and then we made dessert, and it was actually the day before. And I'm like, oh my God, look at how many dishes. And I love cooking too. And we make it a family thing. We make it a family thing. We're in the kitchen and we're all cooking, and my youngest loves to cook with me. So I think it's just so much fun. And a lot of people might think, oh, when do you have time for it? No, it's actually fun. So you make time for it. And who the heck doesn't like to eat, for goodness sakes?
It's so true, definitely.
Same way, Cassie. I want to jump in real quick before we go and tell people how they can get a hold of you. One of the themes that we've had is we've got quite a few moms that are part of the group. And I'm going to bring this up because we're all balancing so much. And we saw your daughter walking around in the background, and I think it's so okay, because the other day I was on with one of the authors, and you could hear her daughter in online schooling.
Oh, yeah.
So we're all juggling. I've got my dogs up in my bedroom, my puppies ripping stuff up. So I want to talk about that, because sometimes, Cassie, people look at us and they think they got it all together and they're perfect and they've got it all figured out, which is so not true.
Yes.
Will you give those that are listening and watching that are moms a few maybe quick tips about how you're learning in this crazy time to balance mommyship and business-ship?
Absolutely. Organization is huge, and writing everything out really helps too. Things change. And also, this has been huge for me during the pandemic, and everything is, really trusting that God has a plan, and every time things change all the time. I can write out my whole day by the half hour. Things change, and I've learned to accept it and know confidently, okay, something better is going to happen. I know this wasn't the plan, but I guarantee something better is going to happen with this change. And really, really, really accepting and knowing it. I mean, I've seen it where I'm like, wow, this really did happen for the better. And it was not my plan, but I'm so glad that I accepted it and leaned in towards it and, saw the effect of accepting it and the better outcome per se. So that's huge for me. Just really, really not getting stressed and mad and trying to figure out how to make it still work, and just saying, okay, that's not going to be it. We're going to do it this way now. And I know it's going to turn out better. And it really, really has. And I've seen it just so much. And maybe from being home and more concentrated and not being out and about, I can see it more clearly.
I think that's perfect advice, and I completely agree with you. And we're all juggling so much all the time now, even a bit more. But more than anything, just I think the key for me, for you with that entire story is the mindset of knowing that change is going to happen. So that's acceptance. And then having a mindset that you're already putting out there that something better is coming. It's coming. Like you already know. That belief is so strong sometimes when just like something wrong is going to happen, and then it happens.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely.
All the time, every single time. Why don't you share with everybody how they can get a hold of you if they want to learn more about your services with your own company, the Mor Group, please?
Absolutely. So you can go to our website, www.themorgroup.com, and it's the MOR group.com, or you can call me at 702-425-2000.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Thank you for being a part of this book. Thank you for your interview. Yay. Thank you, everybody, for watching and listening to another episode of The Successful Woman's Mindset. Make sure to grab the book and read the chapter, Powered by Kindness by Cassie Mor. You're going to want to grab the book at either thesuccessfulwomansmindset.com or online at Amazon or any online retailer. The Successful Woman's Mindset, 21 Journeys to Success. See you next time. Bye.
Bye.